Hello everyone, welcome to another video. So today is 17th of February. It's Monday, and we would like to test the end-to-end AI Valet Driver. So I'm at the office now and I'm about to go home. We'll first try out the parking retrieve assist, and then we would get to lock in the drive from this point to home. Technically, I should be able to just say that, and we should basically have that in there, and the route should be now locked. So if I normally activate the system now, we should normally be able to pull ahead. And I think it's saying a bit tricky, so I will sort of pull out first, which defeats the purpose of saying that it's parking to parking anyway. But let's see if we can activate it now. It's saying drive manually, activate later. Drive on manually, try activating the feature later. Drive on manually, try activating the feature later. So we are not able to sort of, even though route is locked, maybe I can activate it now. Okay, so now it works. We are parked at -2, so 2 levels down. So we're now going to go up to the basement level, and it's tricky. It's you can see that is pretty all over the place. The path is identified, all right. There's a projected path, but then the actual predicted path is very tricky, if you could see. That's not very good at all, you know. So that's not good at all. I mean, you could see now the car is completely lost. It cannot make its way up. It is struggling now. Predicted path, terrible. Even though it's sort of put lines out there, and you can see the cloud, the
acclimatizing with energy savings.
You know, there is sort of like clustering to show you that there's a sense of the route ahead, but the actual predicted path for the car is completely wrong. So now I'm going to try to just urge it on. Right. Okay. And when I say urge it on, I'm pretty much, you know, putting feet to the accelerator or pedaling it to sort of move forward, and it's making all sort of cranky noise in the axle. The steering is all over the place. It is quite, you know, well, we could be here all night. We could be here all night. So what I'm going to do is, again, you know, just try to move. You know, it's automatically trying to stop because it has no sense of being able to detect. Yeah, this all itself, you know, and yeah, it's tricky now. All right, it's I'm trying to. Okay, finally. Okay. Wow, that was a. Okay. All right. Okay, so hopefully we could move smooth from this point forward. But anyway, it was important to let you guys experience what exactly it is, this thing called parking to parking with Valet Driver. And Valet Driver, the AI Valet Driver is basically the feature that records the journey and plays back the journey over again, and it is supposed to be active now, but unfortunately you all saw exactly how the system behaved. It was totally unacceptable there. Anyway, we've been able to clear that first hurdle. We do have another hurdle up ahead, which is to go through the gate. The gate is electronically controlled with a sensor in the car. So when we get to the gate, there are two exit route out. We need to basically be able to pick one. Any one of them is okay, but we need to pick one and then go through that safely, hopefully. If there is any sort of hope that this would work, let's see. Okay, so well, it was going to go there, and then it finally detected one, and then of course now it's able to detect this particular road. It's also seen that the gate is open. We've been able to go through. The car is practically crawling because it's now between 5 km and then 8 and 10 km per hour. It's practically taking its time gradually to make this turn. We're now at 5 km per hour. It's gradually, slowly trying to get itself oriented properly. And then, okay, we've got a main road ahead there. So technically speaking, a good driver would, come to a slow stop and then observe first before taking on the road. But the car is going ahead without any sense of stopping. Fortunately, the bus on my left slowed down, so that was okay. I could let it, I could let it take on the main road. But normally, if it was a busy time of the night, I will definitely disengage. The time now is around 10 p.m. So the road is practically empty. It's just a few of us that would be working this late and perhaps leaving to go home this time of the night. So in essence, there isn't much occupancy on the road. The road isn't busy, and so we could effectively allow the car to try, to take on the paces of the full AI driver without any disengagement. But other than that, if it was any other time of the day during like a busy time, this would not be safe to try. So anyway, that was just again
air circulation
to make sure that I was giving you guys a bit of an experience from a first person point of view. It might not be obvious in the third person view when you're watching it on YouTube or watching it on any other medium. It will not be, you might not exactly experience what I'm experiencing as a driver, but nevertheless, it is, I mean, the capability has been shown that it is possible. Whether it's roadworthy yet, it's a different question altogether with a different answer, leading to whether this is something that you would want to roll out en masse if indeed it's supposed to be available to the whole fleet. So we will continue to try this feature. Today I just wanted to give you guys a quick heads up. The drive is supposed to be a maximum of 5 kilometers, and the whole drive is going to be around 9-minute drive. But the idea is from parking to parking, to see if indeed the feature is a gimmick or if it's indeed something that is dependable and can be relied on. But again, just to make sure that folks are aware, it's I consider it basically as a gimmick now. It's not a feature that I will trust. It's not a feature that I will be able to confidently say that it is a feature. I mean, I consider it currently almost like something you put in the alpha release status, and I suspect perhaps that's what exactly XPENG has called this feature. Hopefully it is somewhere, maybe in fine print somewhere, that it's an alpha feature. It's not something anyone should rely on, because it's not dependable in the way that I would perhaps use XNGP on the highway. So it needs a lot of time to mature. Perception is a problem, a big problem in XPENG. So far it has been sort of addressed in the highway scenario, but in many other scenarios the perception planning is really not the best. It's really poor. So hopefully you guys felt the experience I had to go through, and maybe in the future it would be better. We'll continue to benchmark video to video, release to release, how the service or how the feature improves altogether. I've tried to use the feature driving from my from my temporary stay to the office, and it has not worked as well. It wasn't able to get out of the temporary parking space to go to the office, and I've recorded that route, but it's not really been a smooth sail with the feature yet. Hopefully there will be a lot of work done to improve it, because it sounds interesting, right? For folks that are using this car or using XPENG fleet for a lot of their office to work drive, this is something that they could certainly depend on to sort of make the okay.
Please take over immediately.
So the system cannot basically take me in, so I need to take over, and so from here I need to manually drive in. We would have thought that given that the feature is active from parking to parking, and you can see the parking service is still there because the route is still locked, that we would be able to navigate all the way to our parking spot. But clearly this has not been the case. We were able to almost get out of the parking at the office, but we were not able to get into the parking on the ground at my temporary stay. So with that, we can certainly consider the feature a gimmick for now, hoping that perhaps in the future it could be something that we can actually trust or rely on for true parking to parking experience. So with that, I'll leave you here. Thank you very much. Talk to you on the next one.
AI driving has been completed.
Cheers. Bye-bye.
Remember to check the back seats. Never leave any child unattended in the vehicle.